It's been a controversial project in our region since it was first proposed. After years of debate and months of hearings, the Northern Gateway Pipeline passed a key test. The Joint Review Panel has recommended the project be approved with an extensive list of conditions. The Enbridge Northern Gateway Pipeline has passed a major hurdle. The National Energy Board's Joint Review Panel, tasked with examining the merits of the project, has given it the nod with stipulations.
That the Gateway project is in the Canadian public interest and that it can be built and operated safely without significant adverse effects. And as expected, the panel's recommendation is subject to our fulfillment of a number of conditions, some 209.
It was the result local opponents feared. However, they aren't surprised by the review panel's report.
This was, I think, a flawed process to begin with. That was our perception of it before it even began. Particularly when the federal government was advocating on behalf of this project and had declared it in the public interest prior to the actual Joint Review Panel's assessment of it.
The federal government will still need to approve the project, which provides opponents with a small glimmer of hope for their cause.
What we know is that in order for this to proceed, the federal government would have to have First Nations approval, and as well as forgive me, what's the term? Social license, which they don't have at this point.
But supporters of the line will be pushing the federal government for approval, arguing it's in Canada's interests in order to get Alberta's oil to emerging markets in Asia.
I think there's not much disagreement that Gateway is good from an economic perspective for Canada. It would be a boost to national and provincial GDP, jobs and tax revenue, and everybody acknowledges, I think, those benefits.
The Joint Review Panel's report is likely unwelcome news for First Nations. Most in BC oppose the project, but some of the 209 conditions are meant to satisfy Aboriginal groups.
The overview does show that the recommendations are more environmentally focused, which they should be. It was an environmental assessment. When I look at the level of opposition within the Aboriginal community and among environmental communities, so to speak, I doubt it.
The federal government has 6 months to make its final decision.